Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live stream. I hope everybody is really doing well, and I hope you are not getting caught offside on this dump, and you're not riding the wrong, where probably you're not long over here, or maybe you were not long over there at 20,500. Even in the Walsh Wealth group, as you guys know it, we played some scalps, and we had that bearish, harmonic, the two harmonics over here. I've anticipated the targets, the BTC to fall down. And yesterday I got a short as well, but we missed it actually by just 70 bucks, around 20,700. It literally pumped this candle actually to 20,750 on, Bybit. But we wanted to show it at 20,870. So it just makes it, missed it by a few inches, but that's fine. We know that this is going to happen. I'm still not sure whether the bottom is in or not, guys. Just going to play the levels. Well, if you look at the Bitcoin USD chart, so first of all, welcome to this live stream. A long time actually, and well, thank you so much for everyone for joining. Definitely, this is not the hard, good time for us, for especially the crypto actually, because falling under 20,000, it's like a very psychological levels for not only the bulls but the investors, institutional investors, and practically that's what when we go under this, people start losing confidence. But right now, what we are saying is everybody just want to buy the dip actually. So that they just want to keep on buying, keep on buying actually. Well, so right now we already had two live sessions in the morning in the Walsh Wealth group. Okay, this is the third time I'm doing today. So what I'm looking for on the BTC, guys, two things I'm gonna take you to today on the BTC. First of all, as we are have broke the 20K levels as well. So what are the levels are we going to target? Do we have some macro support levels, and what all things do we look for actually? In the morning, I walked you through the levels that I have marked over here is like yearly profiling that I've done. So it's like a 2020 value area high is around 12,000 bucks. 2020 POC is at 9,200 bucks. And then if you look at the macro support that we have, the weekly OB that we have is around 17,800 to 18,400 levels. That's our OB that we have. And our monthly support that we are looking for is around 17,100 bucks. So basically, these are the levels that we are looking for right now on the BTC. Practically, what I'm personally targeting is 17,800 to 17,000. It can even go to the levels of 16,200. Probably, take this liquidity over here in a single can, just a dump. But this is how it can go literally, as we are very near to 13,863 levels. People are just eyeing at 12,000 bucks. I have, $12,000 is a big levels, guys. I mean, the level is so big. I mean, that is going to confirm this for macro support at 13,900 is going to confirm if this is like we are going for a multi-year bear market. Because if we are going for a multi-year bear market, forget about halving in 2024. We are just not gonna make new highs. If we are literally going for the multi-year bear market, if this like a big cycle one is just finishing, of course you're going to get a dead cat bounces in the in the bear market, but those are the dead cat bounces. Let's talk about the levels. Let's go to the profiling. Well, this is my yearly profile. If you see, why do I see 12,000 as a big levels? 2019 value area high is at the levels of almost like 11,825, and 2020 value area high is at 11,984, which means that 12,000 level is a very crucial level, is a very important levels in my opinion. And that's something I think should definitely be holding actually, or we should be getting at least a big bounce of those levels. Now, few levels you need to understand is 13,863. It's a macro support, and it's an invalidation level of for the bull run actually, or for the new leg to the new all-time highs. It's a clear invalidation levels. If we do go in a straight dump today, if we do go there, it's like a clear invalidation. We are literally going into the multi-year bear market then. That's how I see the market at the moment. And whatever I was having, I was looking for, the upside move to 75, 80K. So far, I don't see that. Why? Because we literally invalidated the running flat. We invalidated the irregular expanded flat. So those scenarios have invalidated. So now it's time for us to play the levels. Well, Right now, the levels that I have in my mind is, as I mentioned, 17,800 to $17,000 buck, and probably 16,500. Of course, is not out of the sight, but these is the levels we'll be keeping eye on, guys. Um, right now we are still in the wave 5, and if you look at, the wave 5 is still not done. We are not yet finished actually, so we just have to probably wait for till it gets over. Actually, I don't see a wave 5 finishing that quickly. In fact, if you see on the weekly as well, let's go to the Bitcoin chart over the weekly. But before we go to the weekly, let me tell you one thing, that this yellow zone, what you're saying, it's a big levels, big OB that we have here. You at least expect a bounce and probably a dead cat bounce, even if, let's say, dead cat bounce and retest of 2017 all-time highs to 19,900. That is what I would expect, at least, even if, or better, reclaim it and then probably run up. That is what, ideally you should be expecting if you really want to save, BTC, the bulls need wants to save. Or even if, let's say, worst case scenario, they don't want to save BTC, let it die, let it die, let it die. Then what do you want? Well, we want at least BTC to close the weekly above the level of 19,372, because that is the levels where you want at least some sort of a hopium left. Go slow. So basically, bulls needs to just close the weekly above 19,374. If they fail to close this, it's class actually. Honestly, we are just gonna be going literally to 16,000. I mean, the next week, probably the beginning, we might just go, I mean, crash to the 13,000 bucks as well. So just have to be cautious. We're gonna play levels right now. What is in front of, what is there in our eyesight is this level, 17,800 to 17k levels. That's where I'm looking for buying BTC. I have all my orders set. My stop loss will be at 15,400 bucks, because 15,500 also is, again, from the profiling perspective, is a very important levels. That's where we have a small gap left in the profiling in the year 2020. So basically, there is a likely, just in case if we lose 17,000 bucks, price won't hold any support till 15,500. So just you need to just remember all these numbers. You know what I'm right now talking about. So this is what I'm prima facie looking on the BTC right now. If you look at the hard term time frame, that's like, let's talk about the daily. Well, if you talk about the daily, so let me just hide these numbers. Don't matter for now. And yes. So if you talk about the BTC on the daily, well, clearly the structure that we are watching here is the 535 structure. You see, 5, 3, and 5. Now, if you look at the 1:1 extension of this structure, 535, if we look at this 1:1 extension, we're gonna get just what? If you look at the 1:1 extension, it is around 12,000 bucks, which means that if BTC literally goes, a full-fledged 1:1 extended target of these levels is 12,000 bucks. But normally what happens is, even if we have to go down, we normally bounce from 786 levels, and the very important level is 0.886, which is around 16,000 bucks. So practically, you're gonna get some bounces at those levels. So 786, we have lost the levels of 19,671 today, and almost, which is like a new all-time highs, previous all-time high levels. What you expect is this levels like 17,800 to 17,000 is our levels where I would be expecting it to literally give some relief bounces over there. But considering the way the sell-off is happening, I, I'm not sure if we're gonna get even that those a bounce over those levels actually. But we will see. I have the bids, so I have my risk managed. So we'll see. I'm just risking 5%. So let's see how it plays out. So this is how I see so far. BTC. I mean, 5 wave structure is clearly, I can say 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or even if this is not 5, then it is going to be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So practically we are having this fifth wave going on right now. Now let's go to the lower term time frame on the 1 hour charts. Well, if you see the the 3 day chart is having a very nice order OB over here around 17,800 to 16,500. That's a big OB that we have on the 3 day chart. The only problem I am seeing over here is this move actually. This is one, two, maybe one, two, three, four, and five. Wave three might be in. Probably we might be looking for some sort of a, you know, might be. I'm not sure, but might be something like this, or at least if we are holding the levels on the lower time frame for a bounce actually, even if it's a temporary bounce. This is the levels probably you should be looking for in a bounce like 18,000 bucks for a local bounce actually. You have a fair value gap in here. You see a big fair value gap. If you look at the profiling, you have a big fair value gap from 20,271 till 19,540. I've been scalping a bit actually, but it's very risky, hence I'm not giving in the Walsh Wealth group, because I'm just scalping the value area high and value area low. Basically it's very risky, and even the funding is now turning negative. What we are seeing right now is no big volume we are seeing at the moment. That's a good sign personally from my end. What I want to see is if we are closing in the next 5 hours like this, the volume does not go above these levels, which means that this is our clear wave 5. This can be the bottom. This can be like literally the bottom for BTC, and will literally start pumping back up and go sideways. Accumulation for like another 4 5 months or 6 months. Chop, chop, chop. Alts are going to chop anyways, and this is how it can happen. Nobody can now say that where exactly the bottom would be, but at least I have the level 17,800 to 17,000 bucks is the levels you would be watching very very carefully over there. Now on the hard term time frame, as I mentioned, I am looking for the fifth wave. This might be the fifth wave I'm watching, because USD dominance has reached my 1.13% extension, and this is like a full-fledged extension. It can go to 9.46%, a little bit more actually, of course. But if you look at the 4 hours chart, we are having a strong bearish divergence. Do we have it on? Yes, we are having a very strong bearish divergence. You see the price making higher highs. RSI is not making higher highs but the lower highs. It's a bearish divergence. You want to see the 4 hour candle closes. The next 4 hour candle is going to be very crucial for us, in my opinion. So basically 4 hour is like that. Daily, if you see, I want to see how we close daily. Daily, I just don't want RSI to close above this level. That would invalidate the whole bearish divergence actually on the daily, practically. So you want to see that we close daily somewhere under the levels of 8.75%, and then probably tomorrow we might have some small pump. But look at the RSI on the daily. It's forming like a like a rising wedge kind of a thing on the lower time frame probably. But yeah, I do see that daily is kind of pretty much 4 hours is pretty much exhausted. Daily still have some room, but I want to see the closure under previous levels. That would be amazing actually, like this RSI of 79.16. So USD dominance is pretty much H4 and HD1 is pretty much exhausted. If you look at the weekly USD dominance, you will see that we have a strong candle on the USD dominance on the weekly, guys. Very strong candle. So what the count I have is like ascending triangle A B C D E, and this breakout is clearly like some sort of a uh 1 2, maybe this might be just our wave 3 here, a small wave 4, and then pump. Or if you look at the daily chart on the USD dominance, what you see here is because this move is a very extended move actually, very much, very much. Ideally it should not have been that big extended move for the wave 5 actually, which means that this move is something else. This can be just wave 1 2, and this is like a wave 3 here or something. I'm not sure what it would be, because this is a very very clear overextended move. I've never seen this kind of if it would have been wave 3, we would have rejected 1:1 extension. Fibs never lie, guys. Fibs never lie, which means that this move is something else, even which I have failed to know exactly from the elite wave theory perspective what kind of a move this would be. So I would not lie. I had some ideas in my mind. First, I had the levels of 8%, 8.4%. and we just broke above the levels, accumulated there, and now we are pumping above the levels of 1.13. The last level is going to be 1236 extension, and then later it will be 1618, like this. Okay, which is literally like a death, 10.62%. But USD dominance, I have few ideas, probably the levels. If you look at the pitchfork, let's have a look at the pitchfork on the log for the USD dominance. Well, basically, whenever we go inside this, the golden pocket zone, that's where the resistance, this is our big resistance. That's where the rejection normally happens, and we are into our big resistance, 786 Fibonacci levels, and it's a big levels, like 9% to 9.46% is a big levels. So hence, I am clearly expecting some sort of a rejection over here. And a rejection would be somewhere like, not a small rejection, but I'm expecting a rejection to be big enough to retest the level of 786 Fibonacci levels. Accumulate here, probably one more push up like this retest, and then probably look for some big reversal. But at least on, I would be expecting, a reversal around 1236, 9.46. It's like 786 always acts as a resistance. You see the first highs, we went here inside and rejected. It is rejected. Now it's like for the second time, we are testing these levels, like, the golden pocket zone. And that's where I expect, I have some hopes that we should be rejecting these levels actually. The 9.34% to 9.5% levels. That's what I am anticipating for USD dominance to reject. We are very close to those levels, very close. So let's see how this plays out. I'm just monitoring it very closely. Also, we have a trend over here. If you look at the line chart, I'm forming a very nice a trend, like a rising trend, accumulation throw. This was accumulation pump, accumulation pump, accumulation pump. Once we just, break out of this trend line, like this cup, it's like it's gonna be big break then, like this it's gonna break. So it's gonna be, something very good. So I'm just patiently waiting for how this is going to play out. Mostly my target is, I think I'm looking for more this kind of a move and accumulation till July, first week of July. So around 5th of July, maybe 6th, 10th of July. But at least I don't expect any big moves to happen before that the July opens actually. So I think you guys gonna have a lot of time to accumulate things. So don't rush, don't hurry in any sort of buying things. Even if you want to buy in part, slowly, gradually accumulate as I am doing actually. Slowly, 2% here, 2% there. Slowly, gradually accumulate. You should not be more than 40% in overall crypto assets. You should be holding more USDT at this levels. But USDT would be unfavorable once, as I mentioned. I started seeing a rejection. As soon as I start seeing rejection on USDT dominance, as I mentioned, we're here 9.4% to 9.5% levels. As I start rejection, we are just dumping. It's like a market buy for me. I'm just gonna start accumulating spots slowly and gradually, because the bounce, the wave 4 bounce is going to be definitely big. The big in the sense we're going to probably test the range highs to somewhere around 24,500 levels. So that's what the big bounce would be on the BTC for the wave 4 actually. Now let's talk about the total, guys. Well, total, as I mentioned in the morning as well, and in the I mentioned over Twitter. Well, I'm looking for this range to play on the total actually. Right now, what I'm looking for a swing filler pattern. The swing filler pattern on the total would be if we do sweep the levels of 739 billion, that would be amazing. But what I'm eyeing is at least a sweep of 737. So what I'm eyeing is go inside these levels and up. But that would be too harsh. It's like BTC dumping another how much percent? It's going to be another 7 to 8% move from here. So what I'm anticipating is we go slide down here, all-time highs, previous all-time highs on the total, and then probably a small bounce, accumulate, like a swing filler pattern. And if you do have the swing filler pattern on the total, like on the daily, like the price gets accepted or just comes inside back into the range lows, then I think we should be looking for longs over here, and should be targeting the equilibrium for shorts. So that with the first equilibrium, this is where I'll be looking for shorts. Like this is where the next range might form over here. This is the range. This is where our next range might form actually. Ideally it should form like this, but if, because we have an accumulation zone over here, so I don't expect the price to literally crash without forming any redistribution over here. You need to have some accumulation. Yes, you can go for a swings, a swing filler pattern, but that should be like a swing filler pattern. The price as and when it starts getting back accepted inside this range lows, it's like a buy actually, honestly, in my opinion. Now, why I'm not bearish on alts at this moment? Because BTC dominance, I think I've discussed in the Walsh Wealth group as well. BTC dominance is pretty much bullish. We have lost the equilibrium, which is a fucking good sign. And now it's like this is not the wave four. The 5 waves are done, in my opinion. And we have not swept the lows. 1 for rejection, 48.4% levels. Perfect rejection. I think I gave on the Walsh Wealth group as well. And we have lost the levels. You want to see daily closing under this, and khalas, we are just probably looking for some bounces here and then probably the price should go back to the lows and even make the new lows as well, which means that also BTC pair are bullish. They're just gonna pump despite of the fact that BTC is going to dump. Normally I'm not seeing this kind of a move when BTC is dumping. Normally this kind of move happens when BTC is in bull market and it has finished its move, and also are finishing its move. So right now it's like why the BTC pair are pumping might be another reason where people want to people might be looking for other opportunities to safeguard their BTC or creating liquidity somewhere else. Might be, I'm not sure what all things are happening with the 3AC Celsius and maybe Luna guy. I think a lot of institutions are going to get affected with this actually. I hope you guys are safe actually. And since we we know that we have to go one more wave down since like 25,000 bucks. I was hoping that we should be looking, we should be holding, we should have holded the levels of 23K. But as the whole global market, I think, yes, the macroeconomical aspects are definitely impacting, but it's more of a technical analysis that we have missed something. Definitely missed something from the wave count perspective, from the levels perspective, or something. It's like we have missed something for sure. I can't deny we have missed to analyze. I know I was the one who literally caught the top of the BTC, and at that point of time where everybody don't want to hear, I told at my Twitter as well that we're going to dump under 40K. My first scenario was 25,000 bucks, where gold did the similar kind of a move, but then I moved to the running flat because of the structure I was seeing at 48,000 bucks. We shorted 53, we shorted 48, and we shorted 44, 40.5. A lot of shorts we took. And the thing is, I also got stopped out on the BTC long that I took at 32.8 and 30,000 bucks. So at 28.8, that was like a clear hit of a stop loss. In fact, I got stopped out for the another long as well, which I took at 23,000 bucks because I was expecting those levels to hold actually. And because a lot of confluences were there. As soon as we start breaking those low levels, yeah, I mean, where are we right now? So every analyst, whosoever, is gonna have the confirmation levels and invalidation levels. Once your trade invalidates, you move on to the next move or analysis. Basically, you find look for an answers actually where you went wrong. So it's okay to wrong, but that doesn't. But you need to understand, wrong is not a problem. You need to learn from it, and that's what I'm doing right now. So basically, yes, right now that we have broke the important levels, so we are going to look for the levels that we can probably bounce from 17,800 to 17K levels. Okay, this is what I'm eyeing. Max it can go to 16,500. So even if you want to long those levels, keep in mind that your stop loss should be 14,500 bucks. Okay, keep in mind those levels, and that's where you long. Then your take profit target is going to be this highs, 32,000 bucks. That's what your take profit. It's gonna give you 3 hour setup, easy peasy. Now, if you look at the BTC on the weekly, daily, I want to just tell you one more thing: is why do we are seeing 17,800 is very crucial, because that's where we have a big 786 Fibonacci levels. Well, just look at the fibs have here. That's from the lows from these lows. Why I'm taking these lows is to show you. Plus minus bucks because yep. So 11,500 is our 0.886. In every bear market, we have bottomed those levels. You can just check it out. These levels, 0.886. Every time we did it, every bear market, we have bottomed it actually at those levels. But before we went directly to 0.886, we have bounced from the 786 Fibonacci levels, which is right now here, like at 18,000 levels. Can be plus minus 200 bucks because of the levels absolute lows. But yes, 17,983 is what 18,000 17,983, or you can say 17,800 bucks. Now one more thing you can do from here is considering this low and hold on, and considering these highs. Yes, you're gonna get like 17,300, and hence I make a range. 17,900, 800 to 17,000 bucks is what I'm. Even if BTC wants to go for this move, and if we are topped out, we will be going to 17,000 bucks. Can even go for a swing filler pattern of this, as I mentioned, 16,000 bucks, 0.886 levels. But this is a very nice levels, guys. I mean, I would want BTC to go slowly, slowly to these levels, not like a straight right now. I mean, but we are very near to those levels, so yes, you can expect it. We can just go right away as well. Now talking about the Ethereum, yes, Ethereum has not been looking that great, honestly. BTC is now under 2021 open. Ethereum is still holding up. Why? Because of the BTC dominance is bullish. So most important thing about Ethereum is we have a big range of support here. This is the big support that we have around 890 to some inside the levels of 915. So anything under a swing filler pattern of 915 would be very nice. So anything under this level is like we may get a nice bounce probably and retest of the 2021 value area low. Price gets accumulated here. Chop, chop, chop. If the price fails to break above 2021 value area low, and if it just act as a strong resistance, checkmate. Because then Ethereum and alts are going to start dumping big time. And BTC is also gonna dump, but not that big. But alts are going to then finish this final move, and Ethereum will fall then to 740. But before we do that, I want to see that we we do a sweep of 917 levels, and probably we should be holding a supports of 888 levels. From there, we should be looking for a bounce, to value area low of 2021, which is around the levels of 982. I want a price to accumulate there. A small range on the daily should form, and this is not going to be small range as it looks like. It's going to be like 11%, 11 to 12% range. So price is just going to range between these levels. 11% move every up and down, 11 to 12% move. It's going to be amazing range if it forms. For us, I'm going to scalp the fuck out of everything, honestly, and that's what I'm intending to do. Let's see if it just gives us a small range, and once it gives us the range, we make nice money, and then probably look for the dump to 2021 open. We can inside this, and then probably look for some sort of reversal like this. That's how I would like to play actually on the Ethereum, guys. I don't expect it to just dump from here to 2021 open, because that would also mean that BTC is not going to hold 17,000. It's just going to dump to probably 14,000 bucks in a single candle actually. That would definitely mean, because BTC dominance is bullish. So if Ethereum needs to dump 30% more, like it needs to dump from here to 2021 open like 20%, BTC needs to literally dump 25 to 28%, which clearly means that it just probably you can see where it can go actually. So far you can see this move is like a 28 to 20, yeah, 28 to 30%, which is like 12,000 bucks clearly in a single candle. That's how it looks like. So I don't expect it to just go straight away, because the wave 5 should not be that big. It should be like a truncated, or not that like a deep wave 5, but it should be like degree of wave 1, or it can be max go to the 161 extension of wave 2 to 4 actually. That's what it can be. Max it should go to the levels of 16,000 bucks max is what I believe, if this is like a wave 5. Now talking about the total, I think we also need to understand is, guys, we have done a big damage to over here. So a lot of market participants are out, like big institutional are wrecked. They are wrecked actually. They don't have anything now, left. Honestly, they don't have anything left. Like a big 3AC was a big I would say institutional player, managing 18 billion AUM, and liquidating them is, of course, you market needs a big participants like them. And lot of, I would say, the way the news are going outside, that crypto is like dead. Look at the SPX. It just dumped only 13% from the highs, or 20% from the highs. And look at the crypto, already dumped 80-85%. And it's just keep on dumping. People are just losing the hope in the market. All the newbies that have entered in the market over here, they're already gone actually. They have lost the hopes. And just, I want to say, just hold up yourself till June. Let the June goes. Honestly, July, August, September is gonna give us the relief bounce for sure, inshallah. That is what I expect. um you know July, August, September. I was also saying for the same for the June. Yes, we got some relief bounce in the June beginning actually, and after that it just happened to be a dump. We got the nice pump over here in the May, and then June was a slight nice pumps on the ults as well, and then we started dumping. But I was anticipating some bigger bounces, but it never happened. So let's wait. And now we are doing wave 5, so yes, you should be looking for some nice pump to the levels of 1.14 trillion before we literally go and dump more actually. So you need that dead cat bounce. You need the dead cat bounce. So people will be like, we are bottom, hooray, pump it back up, and dump. So that's what you just want actually. That's what I'm looking for, guys. Um. Well. So the levels for BTC, as I mentioned, 17,800 to 17K, have some orders for 16,500 just in case. Ethereum, for me, the best levels would be is around the range support that I have is around 890. 890 is a very nice levels in my opinion. Where if BTC is also bottoming around 17,800 or anywhere between 17,000 levels, then I think we will be holding 890. So based on that, you should be looking for long buying, Ethereum spots as well for 10 to 12% move. Now few of the alts you want to buy. I think Litecoin is looking good. I gave a short in the morning over the live in Watch Wealth group. I mentioned that you should be looking for shorts here, but the way it is holding up, amazing, guys. I posted few months back in Watch Wealth group my thesis on Litecoin BTC and where it should be looking for, where I would be looking for bottom is was around these Fibonacci levels, 1:1 extension, which was 0.1792 sets, and from there literally bounce, guys. Honestly, I also missed this move because of this whole BTC fiasco. I just pumped like 37% so far, and I do think that we're just gonna sweep up the highs, and probably then we'll be looking for maybe forming a very nice inverse head and shoulder the way we have it here. So you just accumulate a bit, and hence at that point of time, probably once we reverses, I think Litecoin USD will also follow the BTC. If BTC dumps, Litecoin USD will dump more actually, and hence I've shorted actually. My right now my stops is at break even, so I'm just riding with the break even stop. Don't want to risk any much. The one thing I can say is I'm richer than 3AC. I'm richer than Celsius. I'm richer than at least I'm richer than Celsius, 3AC, and I'm richer than Suzu probably, and I'm richer than his personal assets. At least I'm not wrecked. We have been protecting our capital to buy assets. I literally since yesterday night, my purchasing power of BTC increased by 15% right now at this moment. I can buy more BTC 15%. You know. Well, this is what I have, guys. USD dominance is literally going to our targets of 9.46 to 9.5%. Now, let's go to an alternative theory of BTC, guys. I don't know whether you guys have ever heard about the alternative theory of BTC. Let's go to it. I'm not sure. Well, I was analyzing BTC from a very different perspective. Okay, I'll walk you through those numbers actually. First of all, this is our Bitfinex chart. Yesterday Bitfinex was dealing at a was selling at a discount. Today I noticed that was selling at a discount around 19,400 levels, 19,300 bucks. They sold at a discount actually. Now let's go to alternative theory where here we are. It's loading. Cool. I'm just going to probably hide the MACD. No need it. I'm also going to hide RSI. Not needed. Okay. I'm going to probably fuel multiple. Perfect. Well, first of all, before we go to Pule, let's go to the 2-year MA for the BTC. If you look at the 2-year MA on the daily, the 2-year MA is at 36,000 bucks, and we are already it's like 48% down or 44% down from under 48%. I was correct, 48% down under the EMA 200. That was the percentage we were down when we dumped in 2020. Under the MA 200, like almost like 45%. In 2019 or 2018 when we dumped, it was like 41%. So I think this move on the BTC is pretty much, yes, overextended with respect to 2-year MA. So I'm just waiting for this weekly close. Okay. And why this weekly is very important, I'm going to tell you. Also, the Pule multiplier, whenever the Pule multiplier, it says that whenever the Pule multiplier goes to the green zone, it's like a buy signal for BTC. That's where if you buy BTC, you're going to make a good amount of money in the bull run if BTC pumps. It's like you're buying at the bottom, for the Pule. So Pule has literally gone into the green zone, and that's where just went to the green zone. You see, it's already there inside the green zone over here. It's already there. The last time we went in 2019, 2018 was literally went to 0.3, but that was like a big bottom before BTC pumps to $14,000. So that's where the Pule multiplier is like saying that yes, this is the perfect opportunity for us to buy BTC despite of the fact that BTC may further dip. But yeah, this is the perfect levels. Even if you look at the 2 days, yes, Pule multiplier is still have gone into our buy zone. It's a perfect opportunity for us to buy. Yeah, that's what the Pule multiplier says, and it has been proved very accurate so far since like 10 years. So it has been proved very accurate to buy BTC. Now, you know now let's talk about the so we talk about the MA 200. Yes, now for the bull run vibes, what you need to understand is once we start reclaiming the 2-year MA, that would be like, yes, the bull run is going to start resuming. You need to reclaim this 2-year MA just in case if we do reclaim, but it needs a lot of work actually, and lot of accumulation. It's like a new accumulation is gonna happen. You can't expect it to just reclaim it in a single day or month. No, I don't think so. It needs to just take a lot of amount of work to accumulate and to reclaim these levels. So yes, 2-year MA is going to be tough for now. Testing like 36,000 is going to be very tough, but let's see. We're gonna see. But once it starts reclaiming those levels, the bull run vibes will be on, honestly, from everyone else. So now moving to the 2-year from 2-year MA, let's go to the BB. So Bollinger Bands, if you look at, I'm not looking to the daily right now. Bollinger Bands, I'm looking at the weekly. Well, if you look at the weekly Bollinger Bands, we are already inside the the Bollinger Bands band, like 22,700 is our lower BB, and we are already at 18,176. Only 2 times we have been we have broke this band. One was in 2018, we dumped 26 to 28% from the band, and the other one was 9th of March 2020. We know another 28 to 30% dump. So almost those levels. If you see right now, compare, of course, we are not that we have not yet dumped like that much the way we dumped previously, but yeah, we already there like 20%. So you can expect, if you take out the average, 28% would come around 16,333, which is around 16,500 levels. And if we even dump like based on the historical trend, I think 16,500 makes more sense to me. It's a big it can just a wick actually. You can have a wick and the price close above 17,800 bucks. So it can be a wick, to those levels. So that makes weekly a very important levels for to me. If you look at the monthly, yes, 18,100 is our BB lower for the first time we are testing it. So you don't want to see the monthly closing like this. June is going to be interesting, and probably July would be very interesting, because I would be expecting July to retest the basis, the basis, and if you do reject the basis, and down, like a crash, another crash. Flip the basis, you know what's gonna happen then. So the June month is like a very important month in my opinion. Looking for a weekly as well. People are going to focus on RSI and everything. Yes, I'm gonna also say that RSI is pretty much low. You would have seen all these charts somewhere. Many would have, oh my god, RSI is pretty much low and blah blah shit. But yeah, RSI is pretty much low. We know all these things. RSI is low, nothing new. But where is the divergence being formed on the RSI? Nowhere. It's bullshit. So forget about the RSI. But yes, RSI is low, and it can still dump to 20 as well. So RSI is not yet, we can't say that RSI is finished. And based on the RSI going that much deep, you just don't want to buy. But yes, RSI is pretty much low. Where it will bottom, we don't know at the point. But yes, uh, from the Puel multiplier, from the 2-year AMA, and Bollinger Band on the weekly, what you can see is we are very near to bottom. Like 16,500 max is what I see so far from everything. At least for relief bounce, you know what I'm expecting. 16,500. That should be a very important. So basically, I have orders set from 17,800 till 17,000 bucks, and I have few. I'm just not gonna go all in those. I have manual orders. So basically, I'll just market buy if BTC goes to 16,500 for the rest of the 1.5% risk out of the 5% risk. Okay. Now talking about the one more thing which is very very crucial, that is going to be TD sequential. If you look at the TD sequential on the weekly, guys, normally people use it on daily as well. But if you the more high you use on the higher term time frame, the more it is going to work better. We have finished the TD9 candle over here with the green, and historically when we have finished this TD9 candle like this, the next candle was the the dump, and then accumulation happened another week, and then we saw reversal. So practically what I want to say is, whenever the TD9 candle happened, the next one or two candle is going to be our bottom. Similarly, watch here, when it happened over here, TD9, and the next two candle was our bottom, and then pump it back up. Similarly, right now TD9, and you're gonna see a dump, looking for a closing above the levels of 19,400 to 500 bucks minimum. And the next, probably next week beginning, we can just have a tail, but we will close above the levels of 20,000 22,000 bucks. And then probably we can see July onwards some hopium pump or something like this, maybe. So but the dead cat bounce is definitely going to happen. Minimum levels for the dead cat bounce would be 29,000 bucks. That's the levels I would like to test. You lose that levels, you don't reclaim those levels, and we're just going to dump more and more, actually, more and more. Yes, I already have the limits for BTC, my friends. And so this is what the alternative theory, four things I checked over here. First, Puel multiple. Second, 2-year MA. Third, what was the third? Bollinger Bands. And fourth is TD9 sequential. TD9 sequential is very, very important if you know how to use it. I think normally whenever the trend is extended, the ninth is the candle where the trend starts reversing, which means that 9th would form, and then 10th, 11th, and 12th would be the trend reversing. So this is our 10th candle where the trend should be looking for reverse, or 11th candle is going to reverse. So we say two candles plus minus one can happen, but two mostly it reverses from the third candle actually. So two candles is going to form the bottom, and then the 13th candle would be full-fledged reversal. So guys, that's what I have for now. Now talking about the alts you want to buy. Well, honestly, if I have to say, you want to buy alts, okay, that's good, you want to buy. But honestly, my focus is on BTC and Ethereum only at the moment. You want to start accumulating big alts, probably. So what you would want to do is just wait for BTC. Once we have a confirmation that BTC is bottom, it's good to buy higher rather than just going all in alts at the moment. So it's like I would love to buy BTC at these levels, and what I would love to do is, yes, I would be looking to buy alts later on, but not at the moment right now. Once I have the confirmation, I will be looking to start rotating my money from BTC to alts, but that's how I would like to play. But if you would like to know some levels on alts, I think let's start with the link. I will take some few alts over here. For the link, if you look at the daily chart, we are holding up pretty much nicely, guys. Very, very nicely we are holding. I mentioned this will be our top, and people were FOMOing here. This was our top. We are still in the range, holding the range, and we have yet not given up. But as soon as we start losing these levels, I think 3.3 is going to be a very nice levels for link. 3.3 to $4 is what I'm eyeing on the link on the Hartem time frame. Basically these levels, 3.3 to 4.1. Basically this is what I'm eyeing on the link actually for the bigger accumulation for my bags, actually long-term bags. I'm just gonna keep it like that. For let's go to some of the alts like let's say dot, Polkadot. um, if you look at the dot, guys, well, the green box is perfectly my buy zone, honestly. From $5 to 6.12 is where I'll be looking to buy. But considering BTC, considering that many others will have some further dump, I'll be looking to buy dot from $5 to 4.4 is what I'm eyeing. Particular to buy dot, actually 5 to 4.4 is what I'm eyeing, guys. This is like a clear cycle correction. Maybe this can be A, B, and C, or this move is A, this highs were like a B, and then we're going for a big dump for the wave C here. So I do think that the 5 to 4.4 is where I'm going to buy my long-term spot bags on the dot. Now talking about Solana, everybody is looking for Solana. We don't want to miss the Sol pump actually. The next time, yes, my Solana targets is like a sweep of the lows. Everybody's eyeing that levels 18.9 to $20 is what everybody eyes. But probably there is a likelihood that we may just go for the levels of 13.5. So because that's a very important levels, like 12.45 13s. That's what I'm eyeing to buy on the for my long-term bags. $12 to $13 is what I'm eyeing for Solana, and forget about it. Even if it goes to $10, I don't care. But that's like a big bag actually. I'm just gonna buy for the long term actually. If it fails to hold these levels up of even $10, then probably we are going to fall to $5, can even go to $3 as well one more time. But ideally, if you see from the tier perspective, I think $12 to $13 makes more sense for me to buy Sol actually, instead of we just look for aiming lower, lower, and lower. um, then also I'm more interested in DeFi, perhaps. If you see, not all DeFi, considering we just have to see DeFi. I mentioned yesterday over live as well. DeFi is bearish. I'm looking for DeFi to dump, guys. Just and we are just looking. We are not yet done. Just hold on, guys. I have someone on my door. So yeah, so DeFi, I mentioned on the Walsh Wealth group yesterday as well over the live that I'm anticipating the DeFi is not yet done. We need to sweep 1914 is the levels where I'll be looking to start loading some DeFi alts probably at those levels. Looks very clean. Those level looks very, very clean to me in my opinion, guys. Very clean on the DeFi. So it was a clean. People were just longing here, and I was like, no, this is like a bearish Gartley, and we just need to dump more actually. The target is not yet achieved. DeFi is going to dump more. We need to sweep the lows of 2060, and once we start sweeping it, would be nice. Clearly, what I can see is I'm just not able to understand. One thing on the lower term time frame is something, and I have to be very honest with you. Only thing I don't understand on the BTC is this move. This is wave 1, 2, or 3, 4 or 5, or what kind of a move is this? One thing I understood it, this is A, B, and C clearly. This is A, B, C. So if this is A, B, and C, the next move should be 5 waves. I just don't understand where the 5 waves are here. So that's something very tricky. Either this move is like wave 1, A, B, and C, wave 2, another 1, 2, and this is like a wave 3 here, a small bounce, 5. So we just chop, 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 slowly, slowly. We just go like this, chop, 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 and then something like this. I just don't have the counts for this move. What exactly this move is? You get a very strong triangle here, like a small triangle, and then dump. Why would it normally the triangles are WXY or ABC targets? You know, I just don't have the chart. I don't have the lower some time frame count on the BTC as to what move is this. Honestly, if I have to tell you, so I'm just gonna wait for Monday as to how it's gonna develop. Uh, so basically, this is my plan for the BTC on the RM time frame as well, as I mentioned, and the Ethereum and other else. Why Sol is holding up, as I mentioned, BTC dominance. Look at the BTC dominance. It's bullish. We have lost the levels. BTC's dominance breaking down, meaning that you might be wanting to take some longs on the ALS. Basically, if BTC reverses, ALS are going to pump big actually, especially the shit coins. And maybe now the majors are looking good, like Bitcoin Cash is looking good, Litecoin is looking good. Likely the XRP also performs. My favorite altcoin XRP. I honestly like the XRP in my opinion. We are in the big buy zone in the XRP. 30 cents is my ultimate levels. I think I mentioned a few days back as well. This box is where I talked about on the Walls Wealth group. In fact, I mentioned that this is like a fake out. Don't go get trapped. We are going to dump more into this green box, and here we are, guys. So you want to buy XRP? 27 cents is going to be the best levels to buy. 27 to 24 cents. Accumulate here, in my opinion. You will never. You can easily make like the pump is going to be amazing. You can make like a retest of 51 to 52 cents. That's like you be your bearish retest. You don't flip this, further dump like this. That's going to be like of course it's like 1, 2, and this is our 3 here, 4, of course gonna go like this, and then further dump like this. But the bounce big rally is coming sooner than you think. So you need to just survive this week and going forward the next week. Survive this week, like 2 days now, not much. Just survive tonight and tomorrow. Just survive. And tomorrow, in the next week, when you get a dip, one more dip probably in the next week, when you get it, that's a buying, honestly. And when you buy that, just hold it for like, for like 20, 10, 15% move, maybe even 20% move, depends on which alts we are holding. But we are going to get that move, guys. But you just need to survive this week and going forward. Again, if you would like to support and support me and my channel, do trade on Bybit using my referral link. And also regarding the WSOD competition, the competition is going to start from 27th of June. And if you have yet not joined my clan, do join my clan. I posted in the Walsh Wealth group channel, guys. We need to wait. The competition is going to start from 27th June. You only need to join participating $500. You only need $500 for the participation. You don't need much actually. Okay, and that's all, guys. That's all we need actually. Now, if you would like to also trade with me on the Walsh Wealth group, yes, you can join Walsh Wealth group using the link that is mentioned in the description, guys. Thank you so much and have a nice night. Just don't get chopped out, guys. Whatever you long, please manage a risk, considering, as we are just knife catching, honestly. If you would like to trade safely, just wait for the levels to reclaim and then probably you can go long. That's how safely you can play. But I'm going to play the levels, honestly. And let's see how things plays out. And we are here. We all gonna make it, guys. And I don't want any of you guys to literally lose any single money. I have been very much open and very much, you say, not like other guys who was just going to give you like 100k targets when we're 69k. No. Or I'm going to give you, very unreasonable targets. Yes, I was bullish for 75 80k because I was having a plan that I was following since October 2020 one actually, and the plan was perfectly played out till like new all-time highs and even $30,000. But after that, it just went for a toss. So now that plan is not pretty much valid, but at least I would say 60% of the plan played out very well. And now it's like we're gonna play the levels. So I don't want you guys, any of you guys, to literally, get wrecked. Want you to preserve capital. We want you to make the money and probably save yourself for the next bull run, which is going to happen. When it is going to happen, I can't say, but yes, at least survive this week. I feel very optimistic about the July month, or the beginning of the July. I think we should be getting a big relief bounce at those levels. So just save yourself for that moment, guys. Okay, just don't lose everything. Even if it bounces, doesn't mean we're gonna make new highs, or probably it's just gonna bounce big. No, every bounce is in the bear market is like a dead cat bounce, and it's just followed by a further dump. So that's something you need to understand. Okay, if because I've been in the bear market, and in since like 2018 I've played, and right now my position is still, I am my portfolio is, uh you know it was all time highs, but I lost two big trades, so it's like not that big down. But yes, I am still above the levels of May 2021 levels. That's like, if BTC would have been 64,000, I can afford to buy. If BTC would have been 64,000 levels, yes, I would have been at the same levels now. But I would way above those levels actually, even above the 70K. If I can afford to buy much BTC at 70K as well. But due to the two past trades, I lost the big swings. But anyways, I'm making money in the scalps, and we lose it actually. It's a part and parcel of game. It's like losing the profits, and we're gonna make it actually, inshallah. Yesterday I wanted to short BTC for this 10-12% move, but I missed it unfortunately. It's okay. We're gonna make it. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for joining, and have a nice night. Bye bye. Good night. Take care.